Imagine for a moment that I were to tell you that the most profound sadness is not caused by loss, but rather by love that is not returned. Imagine putting your delicate heart in the hands of someone who does not reciprocate your feelings despite your best efforts. This is a scenario that twirls between ardor and anguish, entangling us in a web of yearning and despondency. As we continue our investigation today, we will begin to peel back the layers of this emotional labyrinth in order to discover the hidden truths that lie underneath our wants. What is the reason that we pursue love in the hope that it would fulfill us? In the event that that hope is turned into sadness, what happens? Get ready to embark on a journey that will test our understanding of love and show us how our ego may distort our perceptions in ways that we could never have anticipated. Stay here with me as we figure out how to untangle these tangled feelings, because the answers could very well alter the way you think about love altogether. I am going to start the operation right now. Love is expressed by one, while the other does not return the feeling. Is that the case? It's possible that this will cause a tremendous amount of agony. It is common knowledge that the fundamental state of the self, also known as the ego, is characterized by a profoundly ingrained feeling of deficiency, of not being sufficient, or of not being complete. The self makes an almost constant effort to fill that gap by employing a variety of tactics, with the exception of fleeting instances in which something momentarily fills that void. On the other hand, this sense of fulfillment does not continue for very long, and the self immediately searches for the next thing to fill the void in which it feels incomplete, unfulfilled, and not connected to its own place. One of the primary areas in which the self strives to satisfy this deficiency is in interactions with other people. Unconsciously, I have the impression that the other person is the one who will finish me off and make me feel complete. The phenomenon that is commonly referred to as falling in love is the formation of an obsessive connection to that image of the actual person. There are instances when, if you're fortunate, the other person feels the same way, which is that they will feel complete via you as well. Both partners believe that they will be able to complete each other, which is a wonderful feeling when both spouses feel this way. You could even want to be married and sign a contract to guarantee that for the rest of your lives you will be complete with each other and that the other person will not leave you, as this would have extremely negative repercussions. In spite of this, the movie comes to an end here, and life continues on. You get married, and it's possible that you start having second thoughts even on your honeymoon. You find yourself wondering if the other person will be able to fulfill and complete you to the scale of the great work that they have taken on. Then, as you go back to your regular life, including your job and your family, you start to feel a sense of deficiency again. The other person is not acting in the manner that you believe they ought to in order to create a sense of fulfillment or contentment in you. You might come across advertisements looking for a mate to make me happy. Who could possibly keep up with that? No one is able to. At some point, the deficiency that was momentarily concealed by the delusion that this someone was satisfying you will eventually come to the surface again. By attaching that feeling to the other person and blaming them for how you feel, you may not realize that the sensation of incompleteness, aloneness, and fear has returned. This occurs because your mind has attached that feeling to the other person. The result of this is that you will have a more intense experience of the fundamental egoic condition, which you had previously concealed with the love relationship. After some time, love can transform into hatred. Whenever the other person fails to fulfill their commitments, love has the potential to convert into aggressiveness, animosity, or full withdrawal. Either you may have feelings of frustration and retreat, claiming that there is nothing wrong but only a lack of want to communicate, or you may act out in different ways. Occasionally, the connection appears to be successful, but other times it does not appear to be successful at all. As the duration of period of sadness increases, the joy of marriage gradually diminishes into a state of merely coexisting. Throughout the honeymoon, emotions of unhappiness and dissatisfaction begin to dominate the happiness that was experienced throughout the honeymoon. As we have maneuvered through the complex terrain of love and sentiments that are not returned, it has become abundantly evident that the source of our most profound heartaches is frequently an underlying sense of deficiency that lies within ourselves. The narratives that we tell ourselves about love have the potential to obscure our field of view, causing us to look for fulfillment in another person rather than finding it inside ourselves. The cycle can leave us with a sense of incompleteness, frequently changing what starts out as love into feelings of irritation and hatred against the other person. When we have a better grasp of these dynamics, we give ourselves the ability to liberate ourselves from the confines of our ego and to embrace a more genuine sense of who we are. Because of this, when we part ways today, I want you to think about your own experiences with love. In order to fill a hole, are you looking for validation from other people? What if the trip, the real one, starts from within? In the event that this investigation struck a chord with you, let's proceed with the process of unraveling these intricate emotional threads together. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to receive other ideas that can shed light on the way to understanding love, relationships, and the deeper layers of your own awareness. Our suffering can be transformed into wisdom, and we can find the love that originates from inside if we work together. I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope to see you in the future video.